Okay, folks, what you see on the product review table is the Nikon 1 V3 with the EVF on and the 10mm lens that I was using today. So that 10mm f2.8 lens is equivalent to 27mm in full frame. Below that is the Sony RX100 5th version, number 8. And it has like a 1.8 to 2.8. Okay? Anyway, let me get my cat out of here. Biting me. Sorry about that. So anyway, I compared the one-end sensors because the Sony one is a fixed lens. It'll do what, 18 to 50 or something like that, and I just used a 10mm. So I used a Sony as a 27mm also, just to compare what a fixed lens was compared to f2.8. The difference is, I don't know if it's a 2.8 on the 27mm. Okay. I don't know where the cutoff is. So anyway, try to match them up. I got a little, not a slideshow, but I'll go through what I'm talking about. And let's go to my share. And there you can see it. Okay. So these are the first shots I've taken with it. Yeah, let me go all the way back up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so as you see right here, and I'm going to make it full screen. Okay, that should be a little bit better. This is a 20 megapixel camera, 21 megapixel, okay? I think the Sony is about the same too. So the Sony is a little bit newer than the V3. I think by a couple of years, because they stopped making them in, I think, 2016 on the V3, and then on the J5, I think it was 2017, might be 2016, I can't remember. But then 2018, they just stopped it completely. But then they started coming out with the full frame Z lenses, and that's another story for another time. But, you know, with the RX, they went to the ZV type, full frame, one-end sensor, APS-C, you name it. They're still great cameras. They still can autofocus. I love the flash on there. And this is from the Nikon one, okay? I just want to show you one thing. I am going to increase the crop on a 20 megapixel camera. Yes, it's a little blurry, but when you crop it back down to 100%, you can see the noise, okay? But it is kind of a bokeh behind where, you know, the background, you don't see it, and you can see the pretty flowers. So let me go back down to the normal size. I think that was it. Yeah, let's do it that way. So it looks pretty good for family photos, vacations and stuff. If you don't want to carry something around, and if you don't want to have anything expensive, you got a couple of options right here. So what I'm going to do is just go down. Oh, let's see. Okay, it's not working. So I have to go down one more. Okay. There we go. All right. So you can see with the, I've also used the 70 to 350 or 70 to 300 on here, which is kind of like a 189 to 810 focal length on the with this camera, and that's what the Sony can't do. So I got a backpack with the J5 and the V3, and they share all the lenses. The backpack doesn't weigh more than 4 pounds. I have 3 battery chargers. The only thing I love the grip to the camera, but in order to change the battery out, I have to remove the grip and take the battery out. The only good thing is you can access to the side, and it has a microphone port, and on the other side it has USB transferring information. It's a USB micro, that is, and it also has micro HDMI and an SD card, micro SD card slot. Micro SD cards, I don't mind. You just have to be careful putting them in. But the only feature it doesn't have is you can't charge the battery while it's in the camera. It doesn't bother me. I got 2 battery chargers for this battery that works on this camera, and I got a newer battery charger that works on the J5. That does not bother me. So let me just scroll down some more. I've taken some pictures with the 70-300, and you can see as you scroll out to, I think it's like a 6.3, and this was just before sunset. The lights were coming on the cranes. They're building a hospital in my neighborhood, and I took it a little bit above my crepe myrtle, so you can see 2 cranes there. You can see the clouds. It's pretty well detailed, and the pictures are pretty sharp. And that's the company that's building it. And then I took some more pictures of my crepe myrtle tree out in the front. This was at the edge of my property, looking through the front part of the hallway to the entrance of my door, or front door. So I just wanted to see how the reach was. It's pretty good, okay? If you got a small camera and it can do 810 meters, you're doing good. So you see the tail of the mother pigeon. My hands were shaking so much, I just wasn't getting a clear shot when I tried to move around. And you can see how shaky it is. You can barely see your head right here, okay? And the same thing here. So I also want to show some of the things that I had problems with this, but look, I got an insect right here, a wasp, or hornet, I don't know what. This is on my crepe myrtle, just before the cranes. But look at that, pretty sharp. Now, where it hurts is with the 1-inch sensor is when it's dark. You'll see some noise, and I had some light on, so different little white balance. But I started using the flash. I remember I had a flash on the camera, and it's totally different. The cat is there, he hasn't moved, but I put on the flash. And I step back a little bit further. And just to show you how sharp this is, I'm just going to bring this a little bit more too. Now, the flash does wash out the paint, so you can see a little noise, but when I take it back to the original size, you really can't tell, okay? You really have to pixel peep to watch it. So anyhow, this is without the flash. I think I pointed the flash up on this one, probably on this one too. So I pointed it up so it wouldn't be flashing at the cat, because he was trying to go to sleep and the flash kept waking him up. And, you know, I just try to move different positions. You can see the reflection on the glass in the back right here, okay? So then I start, well, let me move it up, but still you got a reflection. So I try different things. Focus on one, focus on another. You can see the flash going off in the mirror. And I was even trying to point it up. And that's where I pointed it up, and it's not that good. And then I pointed the flash right at below the mirror so you can see the reflection. And then did it back here, but the flash didn't go off. I don't know if it went off there. With the autofocusing, you'll see a little light also. But anyway, the lights were off on the breakfast table. This is before I turned on the Tiffany glass. So this is a 1-inch sensor. And when I turn the light, you know, the camera starts changing to where it tries to keep the light from blowing out the picture. But you can see the background, it gets dark. And this gave me an idea when I was live streaming Saturday night. I used the same principle where the light was shining on my face, so the cameras were compensating to kind of like level out how I looked, and the background got real dark. Now, you can tell I'm using the other camera because I have the date on there, June 23rd, 2024. But this is the RX100 Mark V, okay? This is a fixed lens. And I think it did a better performance with the lighting and taking pictures. And I kept it at 27 millimeters on this one. So I used a 70 to 300 outside, and I used the 10 millimeter, the 27 millimeter equivalent on the inside with the V3, all right, with the Nikon. So I shot all these inside. Isn't that picture nice? So that is a monitor, and you can see the lights in my office. So this is the TV, actually. This is another TV. No, this is a monitor. So you see more reflection on the TV because it's higher up than the monitor, which is below it. But you wouldn't have known that was a picture on the monitor. And I was just taking some pictures around, and I'm working my way. Now, the Sony had a little bit more trouble adjusting on the stabilization and movement. So the cat was moving, but you know, I'm just taking different pictures, and you can see it didn't focus all the time either. This is a fixed lens. Sony's supposed to be real good, but it's not like the ZV-1. The RX version 7, RX100 version 7, is the one that it's real nice, but I never got that because, you know, the telephoto length, I didn't need that until I got this Nikon 1, and I'm falling in love with the 70-300. So I'm debating about that. I'm also debating about a bridge camera. But that's another story. So with the RX100 Mark V, it was close enough to the Nikon 1, even if it's a fixed lens. This is the backpack. So in the lower right corner, where you see the 18.5 millimeter lens, I got a camera there underneath the Rode Wireless Go mic. I got two adapters, one for Leica and one from the Nikon F. So Leica lenses to go on my Nikon 1 cameras. So I have one camera there underneath the pouch and another camera that you're looking at, or that I'm talking about now, that goes there. I have two lenses there. I got another lens there. I got a 1.2 lens. I got a 1.8 here and here. I got the 18 to 35, which I love, which is I think a 3.5 to a 5.6, so it's kind of like an 18 to 35 millimeter zoom. I got 50 millimeter 1.8 equivalent to full frame, 85 millimeter equivalent 1.2. So I got all the lenses I need for these two cameras, and I got two dummy batteries. I just wanted to use the camera batteries, and I'll talk about those in a moment, because this is kind of getting long-winded as usual. But you can see with the Sony, I was missing two. See? Shaking here and there. If I had a tripod and I put it on delay, everything would have been sharp. But anyway, this is my 65-inch TV. I had the kitchen light on this time. Had the light off, light on. So the Sony did better on this round than the Nikon 1 V3. And as you can see, if they're moving, it's not as good as the Nikon 1 was capturing. And you can see her tail wagging, okay? And she's looking at the cat because she wants to play with him. And the cat will play with her. So that's the end of my video. Well, actually the pictures. I'm just going to now talk about, let's see, do I want to show a picture at the end? Let's see, which one will I pick? I think I'll go outdoors. So this is the RX100 at 27 millimeters indoors. I'm sorry, the Nikon 1 V3 indoors. So let me go outdoors. Is it that one or that one? Yeah, let's leave it there. Okay, and I'm going to increase it. That's good enough. It's not sharp, but they'll probably use that for a thumbnail. YouTube. I'm starting to figure out what they're trying to do. So let's go back to the product review table. And I'm going to show you some things that I don't like. Okay? One. Now, this is the RX100. You can charge it while the battery's in there. And I got an extra grip because I ordered the wrong one. I wanted for the ZV-1 Mark II. And I got the wrong one, so I just put it on this thing. And what I like about it is, the problem is when you open up the door, okay, and I have to get my finger out like that to look at the battery and SD card. This does take a full standard SD card, only I have it as a micro SD in there, and it has a lot of storage. But you can mount your tripod over here so it doesn't interfere with the door. It also has, as you can see, you can mount it on top of another camera if it has that certain mount, and you can attach it. It also has a place where you can just put it on a tripod. But anyway, I like the camera. It has a flash, just like the Nikon 1. And the viewfinder also, but you have to pull it out, and it has a little, let's see, where is it? Where's the diameter? I know it's around here somewhere, where you can focus it a little bit better. Okay. Oh, it's right here. Got it. So you put it in there, just shut it down. And you can see that. So it's a 1.8. I think it's a 1.8 to 2.8. Okay, as you go further out. And with the zoom, this is a tilt screen. So I think it goes like, how do I get it out? Is it this way? Yeah, do it like that. Okay. And there. Okay. So let's zoom. All right. And zoom back in. That's a nice thing. And it goes like 24 millimeters because it tells me to 70. And it can do a +2. But then your focus is worse. So if you go right at the 70, you know, at 1, it's still good. So anyway, just turn it off. It's a great camera. I enjoy using it all the time. Okay. The Nikon 1. Okay. It does not, the battery does not charge inside the camera. Okay. It has a tilt screen, but it doesn't flip all the way up like this one will. Okay. You know, for vlogging and stuff. But it does have an EVF. And it does have a flash. And what I like about it is you can bend it back also. Also the fact, let's see. There it is. I meant that there's the flash also. That's why it didn't work, because I popped up the EVF instead of that, thinking that was the flash. My bad. I haven't used this for a while, folks. But so you can't charge the battery in. You have to remove the grip. Okay, in order to remove the battery. But it's just the battery, okay? So when I put a dummy battery in here, there's a little door right here that the wire can come out. I'm trying to get, yeah, there we go. So I can close the door, not worry, and it can go for hours, folks. You put in a good storage in here, like a terabyte, and you have no problems. Takes micro SD cards. So there's a mic input on the side. I already showed you the flash. I can get to it. There we go. Okay. This does slow you down. I usually use the LCD screen when taking shots, but if I can't see, then I slow down and look through the EVF. But it does slow down in taking pictures. There's your dials. You have your PSAM, creative, movie, auto. With the grip, you have this dial, which they put over here. You got another dial here, and then you got a third dial here for exposure, interval, autofocusing, flash, whatever. Okay, it's a good camera, but you can change the lenses out. Oh, I didn't show you this. So, micro SD, charging, and micro HDMI. Okay. This is for just putting pictures on the TV. This is for transferring files from here to like your phone or to your camera, or I mean to your computer or whatever. And this, of course, is the SD card, and that's what I usually do. So I'm charging the battery now, And all I have to do is leave the battery in here and it charges this. So that's my take on the 1-inch sensors. They have both good qualities, okay? There's some flaws, more noise, but for portability and stuff, you can put these in the pocket. Now this is narrower than this, okay? This is easier to get inside. Even the ZV-1 Mark II is easier to get inside, okay? But with a dummy battery stuck in your pocket with a wire, you can go all day. You can go for a week with this cameras without changing the battery out. And then you just charge the battery pack and you're all set to go. So that's my thought on 1-inch. They're great cameras to start off with. They're great for portability. There's a plus and minus to both. I enjoy them, okay? It's not as good as some of the bigger cameras with better lenses and stuff, but if you're going on vacation, carry one of those. You still get good pictures, unless you want to create some content on YouTube, then you take a better camera. But then I hope it's secure, and because a lot of robberies happen while you're on vacation. So just want to say that if you want to go swimming or something and somehow your hotel room has been broken into, or some things are stolen, that's what you have to look out for. So anyway, thank you for watching. Just my input about these cameras. I like doing stuff like this. I think it's interesting. I don't have any links for products and stuff like that. If I'm interested in something, I'll buy it and then I'll look at it. Usually before I buy it, I think it will work pretty good. And as you can see, I bought a whole bunch of lenses for that. Same thing with the different camera systems. And that way I can really test out these different devices. And I still hold them. There's only a few devices or few things that I've gotten rid of, like the Canon R7, the R6, and the R50. Okay, they had overheating problems, and I didn't like the R7 that much, so I stuck with the R10 because I still wanted an APS-C for Canon. But like on the Nikon, I got APS-C cameras. In fact, I got all the mirrorless cameras, all right, except for the Z6 and Z7. I got everything else, APS-C all the way to the Z9, okay? I don't have any DSLRs, but I do have SLR lenses. I use adapters. I try using adapters with, let's show my face. I'm rattling on, trying to show this, and I'm talking about other stuff. If you're starting out and you're interested in the camera system, and you don't have any money, let's say, because you spent all that money for a camera, get an adapter. The lenses that you own already, if it's not the kit lens that comes with the camera, okay, use that adapter and put it on the camera, and it should work. So Canon, in the RF, they're letting some people in, but basically EF lenses, from other companies, or work with EF, with the Nikon F mount, the Leica M on their SL series, they put a halt on that. But if it's like the R, the M, the Micro Four Thirds, the APS-C brand on the Leica, Yeah, you can get adapters and put them on any camera system that you want and play around with the lenses. So that should save you some money, at least for a while, until you get original lenses for that camera and start building up your lens collection. If you stay with that ecosystem. But I just try to do on this my YouTube, type of interest is I think of things that might help, that have helped me, and I spend a lot of money on different things, but I don't really go overboard that much. Um, I like using them. I use the cameras every day. Okay, so I got a studio here, I got a studio there, I got 2 more studios, but that's for basically when I go on a live stream. And I try to change things up, try to change locations of, let's say I set up, in a bedroom, in my master bedroom closet. I try different things that, it says, hey, you can go anywhere and do a live stream. So I do little quirky things like that. I put these cameras on my dashboard of the car. I go driving. I show you what I'm interested in. I'm testing the camera, the lens out, see how long the battery lasts, see if it overheats. I do things that other people don't do. And just tag along for the ride, see if you like it, which I hope you do. But I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for my listening to my rant. I know this is too long. Yep, another 30 minutes. I can't stop talking. I'm sorry. So stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, folks. Have a wonderful day.